Hola, partner, and welcome to the channel. Today we're introducing a new form of content called What the Hell Is Even That?
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
America. Do you ever find yourself wanting to spoon out your eyes every 4 years?
Aye!
Well, I sure do. Let's talk about the two-party political system and how it's a steaming hot dumpster fire. For those uninitiated by the two-party political system, help me! We have two options here. The leftist Democrats, aka the blue team, and the Republicans, aka the Sith. These two powers have been in office since, let me check my notes, the 1850s. And you may be wondering to yourself, well, Blake, which team do you support? I'll tell you. I hope both parties stub their toe on a coffee table every time they wake up. Throw all of it in a trash can. And let me live my life peacefully.
Get off the internet!
Now, if you're an ancient snake deity like me, you may remember the early 2000s where Al Gore lost the election to George W. Bush. I was a small brainless child at the time, but I think everyone at the time remembers when...
What do you mean they hit the second tower?
It was one of the only times I remember in the United States being, well, united. It was completely bipartisan, no matter how ineffectively our government botched the events preceding that event.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
My parents would often have friends over that no matter what their political affiliation, it felt completely normal. Why? Because no one talked about their ideologies and beliefs in a public setting, you clod. That stuff was deeply personal. Something you kept to yourself, like, gee, I don't know, your medical conditions, kinks, preferences, and mental disorders. Looking at you, Twitter! People just didn't try to influence and control other people's lives at the time. That was until social media. In 2004 to 2008, platforms like MySpace gave edgy teenagers like myself a place to express themselves. And now I'm a VTuber. But it wasn't until about 2009 when Facebook exploded in popularity to over 350 million users. Social media went from top 10 bands and commenting "rar XD" on your friend's profile to sharing every aspect of your life with updates. Oh my god, Becky, I just took a dump at Target. #blessed. Thanks for that, by the way. You wouldn't believe it if you knew me today, but I even overshared during this time. Every thought I had, I wanted it to be validated by my friends' engagement through social media. But now, we're fucked. Young adults today, and even kids, are exposed to the word vomit of their peers 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter if you're right-leaning or left-leaning. You are constantly seeing people seek out validation for their mediocre thoughts every few seconds. What's that, Becky? Orphans shouldn't be shot out of a cannon because it's inhumane? Oh my god. Thank you so much. No one has ever had that thought before you said it on X.com, the everything app. But seriously, the term virtue signaling has been dragged through the dirt and lost all of its meaning, just like Nazi, racist, homophobe, and plenty of other powerful words, just because some troglodyte on the internet wants to feel validated about disliking someone. YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and influencers are not exempt from this. We have grown liberal men advocating for terrorist groups.
I have no problem with the Houthis. Yeah, because I don't. What do you mean? If you think I'm a terrorism supporter for that reason, then yeah, I'm a fucking terrorism supporter. What are you talking about? The Houthis and their militancy in the Red Sea is a perfectly moral action.
And Blue Sky is still stuck on which coffee brands contribute to the making of bombs. Hint, it's all of them, Blue Sky. Our taxes fund the military expenditure, doofus. It's no wonder we're seeing a surge in right-leaning politics that led to the Orange Funyun getting elected. I don't even like the guy. Is he qualified? No. Does he have a political science background? Absolutely not. He's a reality TV star who said, "Hold my beer."
Hold 'em beer.
But I'll tell you, he must love the left because their brain rot name calling
Sleepy Joe.
has led to a huge wave of radicalization for the far right. I'm sorry, but if your strategy to win elections is to brand everyone who doesn't align 100% with all of your political takes as a bigot, you just shot yourself in your foot. Here's your gold sticker. The right does this too, but not to the same effect. I've seen tons of people overshare from the right, essentially wanting to stoop to the level of the lowest common denominator. They're completely blind to social media algorithms and seemingly rage bait themselves. All too often, I see Karens posting comments on motorcycle Instagrams about how much they hate motorcycles. It's the perpetual shit-eating machine, where because they commented on a video they hate, they now get served more videos that nurture that hate. I don't want to be on either side.
This right here is my favorite thing ever in the history of forever. I think about this every day. I think about this all night long. I stay awake, not sleeping, because I'm thinking about this.
With great radicalization comes great... I don't care anymore.
Actually, voter apathy is defined as a lack of interest or engagement among eligible voters in the electoral process. It manifests as a lack of enthusiasm or motivation to participate in elections.
Thanks, Google AI overlords. This is basically my political party. Sit down, class, it's story time. Shut the fuck up, Billy. As a young adult, I was quite progressive. This was the time in 2015 to 2016 when Bernie Sanders was running as the Democratic nominee. At the time, I was all about it, especially oversharing my virtue signals so that my peers would like me more. Oh, you sweet summer child. Bernie had won the popular vote within the party. This was it. This was the moment of progressive change. The average person was surely to benefit from this, and it was a slam dunk against Tomato Man. But then the DNC said, "Nah, fam, let's have Hillary hold a skateboard to appeal to the youth instead." Oh, I was shattered. It was at this moment I realized my vote does not matter. Myself and millions of others are at a point where the voices for the policies we support are silenced in the two-party system. In 2024, 20 million registered voters didn't vote. And that's just the registered ones. There are a few reasons why. But first, let's take a breather. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unclench the butthole. Now, we already talked about radicalization, but I have a second personal story. Sometime after what I dub as the Great Democratic Self-Reporting of 2016, a new contender stepped up to contest the Oompa Loompa, Joe Biden. Now, I'm not going to get into that election, but at this point, I was already in the voter apathy camp. I, naively thinking I could open up to the internet, told Facebook that I would not vote for a man that could be perceived as a pedophile. Oh, you thought I meant just him.
The kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down. I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Sniffing children, inappropriate touching.
They're both weirdos. I said absolutely not, never, no way, don't want that on my conscience. That day, 15 of my longtime friends unadded or blocked me. They then proceeded to call me a transphobe because I quote, "You need to vote for the lesser of two evils. In this case, no. How about I don't vote for what I deem evil?" This experience is just one account from one side of the political spectrum that has led millions to the view of it's not really worth it because no matter what I vote for, my voice is washed out by the two parties screaming at each other. So, what can we do? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure that the voice of the few will ever find a way to make an actual change in the system. I wish I could write a joke here, but I'm disillusioned with politics. This will be my one and only political video I post on YouTube because, well, I simply don't care. And I'm not informed enough to make decisions about political policies. I have been traveling to other countries and may even plan on moving somewhere that makes more sense for me personally. I look at other political systems, and while I am by no means a political major, I find myself asking, why don't we have a system like Japan? While I was in Japan, the government felt more local and in touch. There were trucks riding around with megaphones promoting way more than just one elected official. They have a system that honestly reminds me of a cross between America with the emperor in juxtaposition to the president, and the UK with parliament. But at the end of the day, I'm not really that informed. They still have a primary party, however, so I'm pretty sure copy-pasting someone else's political system won't really address the problem. It's social media. But let me know your ideal utopian society in the comments. Mine is that we return to Oonga Boonga cavemen and bonk each other with sticks when we disagree. Goodbye for now.